Okay, you are right in time for our next interview. And right now I am joined by a producer, a DJ, a remixer. I've also seen on his bio a sampler. Yes, Mr. C is his name. What's up?
What's up?
Kofiti?
Kofiti.
You're doing well?
Yep.
Let me just begin with, I've not seen remixer and sampler. I know people sample music, right. I know people remix music, but I've never seen anyone like put it like, yes, it's part of my bio. So tell me a bit about that. Remixer, sampler.
Yeah, like nilikuwa nataka watu identify na sampling music because I'm a sampler-based producer. Like I take sounds and I try to manipulate them to bring another vibe, like an urban vibe. So naweza chukua sound ya kitambo and then try to manipulate it to bring it such as just giving a different vibe. Yeah. So yeah. Basically, that's it. Yeah.
So, kama urban tone, because urban tone inatumia sound ya kitambo, and then we have other artists like vibe to that sound ya kitambo, but in their own way. Ama yako ni, like you just bring it, you give it a different vibe in terms of the production?
Yes, exactly. Like literally everything,
Yeah. Doing that, don't you get into trouble with the actual, you know, producers of the song?
No, it's really hard for me to get striked with copyrights because vile una manipulate, vile una chop the samples, it's really hard for someone to identify the original sound. So it's not like nachukua sound ya kitambo and I just put it out there. I do so much with it that hata ukisikia utasema, you really did sample this, as in I sound the same. So
like it's totally different. Someone can't tell at all. You want to tell me the original producer of a particular sound won't know that this is actually my sound that has been, you know, there's so many elements you sample. You can sample the bass line, you can sample the melody, you can sample the drum. So it depends. But if you have a good ear, you can tell. It depends too. It depends. So is that also the same na your story, a remixer?
Yeah. It's more or less because if you're making remix, it's just that remix siwezi put it out on streaming platforms kama Spotify or Apple Music because sijapata bado the rights. But yeah, you're just a remixer, so you make remixes of tracks. But yeah, sampler-based producer, remixer, and I mean you can come up with your own sound like from scratch. You make a beat from scratch and then you just put like a vocal over it. So it's a new song, but it's just a remix.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how did you get started in the industry?
I mean, I think nilikuwa na musical background from my folks, like buda yangu anapenda music sana, so I think ilianzia hapo. Yeah.
So just from you being a kid.
Yeah, I've never been to a music school before. Nilianza tu kusikia music and nikaanza ku play around with sounds. That's it. Yeah.
And when did you decide, okay, I'm going to be a producer? Because maybe you can grow up mara mob ukisikiza ngoma, the first thing that comes to mind, I don't think, is I would want to be the person who makes this song to be, you know, like the beat of it and all that. When we are watching as kids, you just, if you love it, you're like, I would love to be him, I would love to be her, I would love to be the musician. So for you, like, what made you, or when exactly did you get that click of, actually, there's someone like a producer and I would love to be that?
Producer and a DJ, because I play music.
Oh yes, you DJ as well.
So, nilianza ku play music back in campus, Ndegwa campus, but sikuwa take it into consideration as well. But I used to make beats as well, like nilikuwa bedroom producer and DJ. So, and then when I started doing gigs, I mean, people were like vibing to whatever I was trying to do, sampling and playing new sounds. So I was like, yeah, I want to really venture into sound production and just playing music in general. So DJing as well, like I do DJing so much. Like I think so many people identify me as a DJ. Yeah, but what's enjoy make music as well. So
I was telling you earlier when I was checking your Instagram page, most of the content in there is you as a DJ. But you also corrected me in a way. You told me sometimes you do live production.
Yes.
What does that look like?
So it's like playing melodies live. So I just try to have like a beat. People call it beat pad, but it's more of like a sub-controller connected to the decks. But it allows you to play melodies. You can finger drum. You can chop samples now live. So ukiingia kwa IG yangu utapata so many videos me try to chop samples, playing melodies. Yeah, that's basically what I do. Like, kwa gig utasikia, ana try to play piano. Ana try to play, you know, drum. It sound like a different sound. Yeah. So you're listening to Angela, but unasikia ni make up melody yangu live. So like, okay, you get.
Yeah, I get it. And like, how do people respond to that? You know, when you're live, when you're doing it live in a crowd, there are people, there's an audience, and you do it, do you get a different reaction from them compared to when you just play the music as it is?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, it's pretty difficult kufanya hivyo na so much is going on. You're trying to play the melody and so much kuna watu kwa booth and you're just trying to concentrate. At the same time, you don't know like reception takuaje because you're trying something new to, you're giving people something new. So at first, when I started playing, watu walikuwa like, una try nini? What's this? Like just play music and that. But vile wase wako like this a new thing, man. Like you're changing the game. And saizi wase wame embrace kabisa. So yeah.
My next question was on what sets your production apart. But I think it's, would you say it's the same, what you were just talking about, or just what sets your production apart from every other DJ, from every other music producer out there?
Well, that's a good question. I have like a specific sound, like okay, ukikam kwa set yangu utasikia tu okay, this something msana try. Like I'm very experimental. I would say that I'm very experimental. Cheza any sound, like I bring samples, you know, that try to remix live. So I think that's something that I'm not sure, but I feel like you know and set apart. Yeah, trying just to play samples live, trying to play melodies live. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you work with artists? Like, do you produce music for different artists? And how does that creative process look like?
So far, I've worked with an underground artist to limit some function back in campus. So we took on our music now, it's out on streaming platforms. But I'm yet to work with big artists kama Savara and Kina Bensol. That's people who we talk to, like we're supposed to do projects together. So it's on the way. But for now, I just look like that's why I'm a remixer, because I feel like it's easier for me to get songs out there and then just try to put my beat, because I have gigs, so it's easier for me to play my remixes, you know, other than kutafuta, I don't know, Nyashinsky, really, really good artist, but by the time namfikia kwangu. So I'd rather make a remix and then send it to him, and I'm sure. I might just upload it on my socials. On my socials, alafu new tag. So that's what I do right now. That's why I say it's like I try to remix to get the attention of the artists. So you just do your thing, you put it up there. Whoever will see it and like it, they can come in and you work together. Yes.
Okay. What does a typical day look like as a? First, let's do as a DJ. And what does a typical day for you look like as a producer when you're producing music?
So, saizi nilikuwa nimelala kama singekuwa na interview. But during the day, like I wake up in the afternoon and then the first thing I do is just play music, try to play music, kusikia two different sounds. And after that, usiku sana inakuanga like my working day. But normally the gig starts on Thursdays, so Monday through Wednesdays, I'm just, you know, trying to listen to new sounds. Yeah.
As a... you both as a DJ and as a producer, you may cover both of them. All right, can you share with us some of your most memorable experience in the field that you're in? Yeah.
Well, recently there was this DJ from Nigeria. I don't know if you know her, Dope Caesar. She's arguably one of the best DJs in Africa. So we had like a event with her, and man, it was one of the most actually. It was so unforgettable because the night was, everyone was there, like Nigerians, Kenyans, and then she was playing like some fire set, you know, dropping bangers after bangers, and then she was there right next to me during my set as well, and I don't know, I can't explain the feeling. It was just, you know, unforgettable. Yeah, it was unforgettable. One of the best events so far this year. I would say this year. Yeah.
All right. Today on today's set or show, my DJ, Unique That DJ, is playing throwback music.
Right.
You know, and I would just want to hear the perspective of your perspective as someone who understands music, because if you're a producer, you definitely do understand music and sounds. When you listen to throwback music and the songs that are being released now, specifically Kenyan music, what's the difference in production that you can easily just identify in the music production, not video?
I mean, different times. I feel like saizi producers were so creative. Now also exposed to, you know, different machines, and they can work with different, you know, plugins, DWs. Kitambo pia, would feel like production at Kitambo ilikuwa way ahead of its time, because considering walikuwa na limited resources. So I don't know how Gopa DJs or Caliph Records used to make the beats, but zilikuwa tu zina sound ni kama zimetolewa leo. Yeah, it's timeless. I would say that's the word. It's timeless. But yeah, walikuwa, to me, it's like walikuwa limited, but I feel peer producers, they're on top of their game kabisa. Like Kenyan producers, they're on top of the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then what changes maybe technologically speaking zimekuwa now over the years? Like right now, maybe unaweza sema since you started doing what you're doing right now, na saizi, what changes have been there in terms of maybe technology, yeah.
Yeah, different softwares for sure zimekuwa, you know, put out there. I feel like in terms of DJing, Serato, the program people used to play music, they've incorporated stems. You can now remove the vocals, you can now remove the bass lines, you can now remove the drums, which it may change the game completely, man. Because before that, like hata siwezi kumbuka vile nilikuwa na DJ without removing the vocal or bass line. So it's a huge change. And for production, likewise, DAWs wanafanya so much. You know, there are plugins that you can really manipulate music. You can mix music and master without the need of, you know, kupelekea and sound engineer kufanya all that. So vitu zimechange to AI is there as well. You know, AI can master, can mix your song, can make a beat for you. So vitu zimechange. AI imekuja kama imechange literally everything.
Yeah, and you feel it's gotten easier?
No? I feel like production, hata kama kutakuwa na technology in the next 20 or 40 years, there's something that's in you that the machine can't do. Like AI can't do, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
With this era of AI, uoni kama itafika point mtujue works pia juu. Sasa unaiambia tu, unai-command, do this and this, do this, itakuwa ni kama vile tu sema Siri, sijui what, you know.
But I don't think it's just easy, because when it comes to production, ama ku play music, it require a lot of creativity, which I don't think the AI has it. So when you think of a sound or melodic you play in your head, I don't think the AI can really do that. So maybe kusaidia to kumix, kumaster, and yeah. So kuna vitu to me haiwezi fanya. Yeah.
What would you say makes a good song? What, according to you, what makes a good song?
The production. I would say the production, just like the production, how the song is mixed and mastered. And yeah, nitakuwa biased because I make beats, so it's production, but yeah, that's it.
Is there a difference between a good song and a hit song? Are all hit songs good songs from your perspective?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
kuna
so.
hit songs unasikianga hivi unashindwa sasa watu wanapenda vitu zile.
Okay, I mean, mini DJ, so I listen to a lot of sounds. Of course, niko na specific sounds that speaks to me, but kuna zingine hata kama si feel the vibe, like I just get some element, like nasikia hiyo bassline, niko like, hey, bassline sound fiti, or you know, the vocalist may come through vibaya sana. So yeah, I would say kuna vitu tu itanibamba kwa a certain genre, hata kama I'm not into it sana.
Yeah. But hit songs don't equate to good songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Inaweza kuwa tu ni the trend at that time, that's why it may hit. Yeah. And still on hit songs, there's a question I love asking any person who's good with music when they come on this show, and it is like, what makes a hit song? Is it the sound of the song? Is it the work you put into pushing the song? Is it just ni bahati tu, umeangukia, like imekupata tu and ni bahati mzuri? Like, is it the artist himself? Like, what makes a hit song?
Yeah, so much. Like the work and then the artist as well. But to me, I feel like a good song, it just speaks for itself. So yeah, especially ukipush, kupackage it vizuri, and yeah, so I mean, any song can be a hit song, really. Just vile umesema ina depend pia vile unaipush, you know. Yeah.
So it entails a lot of things.
Yeah.
Kitu moja.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the era of social media, and now TikTok is taking over completely when it comes to pushing music. I feel like TikTok pushes music more than any other platform, you know, not even YouTube pushes music like TikTok does. You know, the moment your song just hits on TikTok, it is all over the world, you know. Are there songs you've had hit on TikTok and you feel like, hii muna inawabamba lakini I won't ask you to mention the song, but
yeah, kuna the so-called TikTok songs, you know. I listen to my piano so much, so kuna the TikTok piano. I can't tell, like, sazingine asking hizo TikTok ama piano, and like they really sound good, you know. Like, apart from the challenges, I mean, they're really good songs. So sometimes I feel like, yeah, everyone wants to make the TikTok sound because you know to push the song, but at the same time I feel like hizo TikTok songs pia zinakwanga like genuinely good songs, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. As a DJ, what would you say Kenyans love to listen to more? You know, from your experience of playing around all over, you know, in different clubs as well, what would you say Kenyans love to listen to?
Well, it depends what I'm playing. Nikki play a bit of the uptown side. I feel like people are more into Afro beats, like I would say like African sound. So the African sound may take over. So regardless of what I'm playing, I feel like African sound I play a lot of African sound, even hip hop, like even drill. Like so the drill ya Kenya nasikika sana kuliko drill ya UK or drill ya Ghana or
oh, really?
You know, yeah. Oh. Yeah, so I would say wasa nasikia sana African music, you know, Afro beats, ama piano, and hip hop. When it comes to hip hop, okay, personally I play like people who nasty see. There are people who listen to, you know, kina nasty see, like rappers. Just I'm saying rappers from Africa. Just yeah, so I would say African sound sana.
Yeah, that's what people are listening to sana. There has been the question of us not having a sound for the longest. From your end, do we lack a sound as Kenyans, and does that interfere with our growth as an industry and our music getting to cross borders?
No, I don't. Like, mi na feel nika tuko na sound yetu, tumishi kwa na sound yetu, you know, from Kapuka. Kapuka literally it's a sound, you know.
Yeah. But is it still there? That's what we're talking about, like the consistency of our sound. It's like we normally get this sound, we go with it for maybe years, and then you drop it, we get another kind of sound. But from you as someone who listens to music and you can tell, you know, have we always had the same sound?
No, but it happens everywhere. South Africa walikuwa na kwaito, waka transition into amapiano, kwam, Afro house is coming as well. Pia Kenya, it's more or less the same, you know. Music sound inaishi, wase wanaanza to adapt different sounds. So yeah, tumekuwa na Kapuka, tumekuwa na Gengeton, tumekuwa na Abaton. I mean, I really jump to those songs, man. Like, to me, like me, they speak to me as well, you know. So I feel like tuko na sound yetu for sure, man. Tuko na sound yetu na I really like whatever the new artists are doing, the new wave of artists are doing with the Abaton, trying to sample and coming up with, you know, like it's speaking. Napenda tu vile sai nikiplay, like wase wako so willing kusikia easy Abatons, like nikienda kwa club, nikianza the moment I just start playing this Abat, like wase wanaanza kujam, wanaanza kuvibe sana. So
yeah,
we have our sound for sure.
We have a sound. Yeah, it keeps changing, but it's
in a transition. I would say it's not changing, but it's in a transition too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was to ask you your thoughts on urban tone, but I feel like umesha sema.
Yeah, I feel personally I love it.
You love
personally,
it.
I love it.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Yes, for sure.
Is it something that is gonna go away? I hate to ask this, but let me just ask, you know, when Gengeton came, watu walikuwa nasema it's a wave, itapotea iishe. And kinda, sorta, maybe, I don't want to be quoted, ni kama imeenda kisahaulika, but then there's urban tone, like it's grown from Gengeton. So si kama imepotea, ni transition, ni kama mtoto wa Gengeton, right? So do you feel like pia urban tone itafika to place, it's just like a wave, we're running with it right now, within 1 year we've transitioned to something else?
Maybe transitioning
but
to another sound.
Dying.
Maybe not it dying, because when you speak about Gengeton, to keep play position or ethic saizi kwa club, people still jump to those songs. So no, it's not like it died. Just transition, you know. So I feel like at Abaton it a transition to a new sound, and even itakuwa, you know. So yeah, I don't feel like it will change or die. Yeah.
I don't want to say hypothetically speaking, but just allow your mind to run as wild as it can. What year is Kenyan music being listened to at the Grammys? Like the way right now Afrobeat is just, they're crazy about it all over the world, in Hollywood, all over. Give us a year that you feel like by that time they'll be jamming to Kenyan
Very
music.
soon, because Grammy kona like an African category. Yeah, so it's imminent. Maybe in the next 2 years, 3 years, but it's imminent for sure. It's coming through. So yeah, 2-3 years tutakuwa Grammys for sure, man.
Yeah, so
Grammys.
in 2-3 years?
Yeah.
Hey, you're very...
No, because we have a category, tuko na category already. Kitambo tuko nayo. So I feel like Thailand win na water juicy.
Yeah.
So inakam.
Yeah.
It's wala inakam.
So they have their eyes on the African sound, and it's all over Africa, not just South Africa. And okay, right now it's just South Africa and Nigeria, but they're gonna
itafika Kenya. Because I feel Kenya tunakuanga na attention sana. Yeah, so utafika Kenya for sure.
Yeah, I love the way you believe in our music. Umesema in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
Shout out to Uncle Jing Jong in the building, by the way.
Yeah, he's coming up
the first Grammy winner, you never know. So that's what's up.
All right, as we wind up, maybe to someone who's watching and they would love to be a beat maker, they would love to be a DJ, what advice do you give them in being a good one?
I mean, it's just passion. Kama uko na passion, that's it. Passion will drive everything. So, also when I nimeenda DJ school, I've never been to DJ school before. It's just like nimeishi kwa tuna music, napenda music sana. So, ni passion na nilijifunza everything, you know, even the production as well. Like ni mimi peke yangu. Nakanga tu kwa agenda of like YouTube University.
Yeah.
So it's passion. If you're passionate about it, then
yeah. Put in the work, try to practice as much as you can.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much for coming through. Is there something that you would love to say?
Yeah, shout out to every single person watching this, by the way. My family, the whole family is watching, the whole crew.
Oh.
Mzai wangu anaochi, by the way. So shout out to my dad, my sisters, and yeah.
That's amazing to know that, you know, we are now in the era whereby parents still believe in DJing and producing music and entertainment in general as a career. Right. So the fact that they are seated watching you means they support you. Shout out to you guys. You're amazing. All right, you can share social media platforms to Kienda on a musical break, and then we'll be coming back with Uncle Jing Jong. Yeah,
it's just Mr. C. Okay, search to Mr. C, utapata Mr. C. I'm the only Mr. C in Kenya.
You're the only Mr. C. All right, that was Mr. C for you. I am sure that you have enjoyed this music, this particular conversation, and go check him out on his socials. It's full of what he does. So kienda uko utafurahi, and then you can be checking out when he's having gigs and showing up for the gigs. We take a short musical break. When we come back with Uncle Jing Jong.